Hi students, this is a short screencast to show you what the note-taking process is going to look like for your research project. So you can see in front of me is a handout that I'll pass out to everybody. Don't forget to put your name on it. Name and period. And then, look, this is how it works. We've got some directions here. You're going to have at least 3 sources for this multimedia campaign that we're making. I know there's still some mystery about what we're going to do with this information, but in the past we filled out a web that looks a little like this, and in fact we added some research questions to it also. So we tried to put some questions that we were going to keep our eyes out for. But that's not the only thing we're going to do as we're researching. So if you saw from the previous video, Miss Sims' video, the introduction to SIRS. If you Google SIRS, that's how you find it. Do watch that video from step 4 if you haven't yet. So on this handout, we're going to crap test each of the 3 sources you're going to use. Now you can use some more sources, but if you do have to fill out a crap test form for it to show that it's a source that's appropriate for this research. So 2 of the sources are going to come from SIRS. So once you decide on what those 2 sources will be, you can just write their article titles right here and flip the page. I'll write the next one here. Alright, but today, while Miss Sims is in the room, I want you to turn your attention to source 3. Source 3 is going to be the one that you find on your own. It's not going to come from the SIRS database. So let's say not going to come from SIRS. You're going to use Google. You're going to use any other databases that you know about that you have found to be reliable in the past, and you're going to identify a 3rd source, whether it's an article or a website, and then you do have to crap test it. Unlike the one from yesterday, this one must pass the crap test in order for you to use it. It must be current, relevant, be written by an authority, be appropriate, and have a purpose that is not persuading or selling or anything like that. Okay, and then this, just like on that practice sheet that we did with for the hard at work, it looked like that. Right, this is a student's who did a very nice job. This is how we're going to take notes on each of the 3 sources. So for this source that you find on your own, when you find something in it that surprises you, you're going to take that note right here. Remember, you're not copying right from the text. You're going to write, if you find something that surprises you, then write what about it surprises you. Don't just copy the part that surprises you. When you find something that challenges, changes, or confirms, you're going to put a C, and you can go ahead and keep your note right there. Right? If you want to draw little lines to separate them, you can. If you find something that the author assumes you already knew, you'll have to put it with an A like that. It is an assignment to do this note-taking sheet, and I'll have examples of how to show that you are still developing, or you meet the expectations or exceed the expectations. So I'll show you how your note-taking sheet is graded, but do know it must be filled in. You must take notes on each of your 3 sources. If you pay extra attention to your research questions, it's fantastic. If you can find an answer to one of those questions in one of those 3 sources, then that'll serve you even better because you won't have to do the extra research to try to find the answer to that question. Okay, so once you take notes on your 3rd source that you find on your own, you can go back and turn your attention to one of the articles from SIRS, and you're going to do the crap test for it. Should be easy since the articles on SIRS are likely going to pass the crap test. And then this is where you take your notes on it. It starts here, taking notes for the first for your first source, and then go on to source 2. That's going to be the 2nd article from SIRS. So remember, choose articles that are that support the argument that you're going to be making. That being said, it is important. We're going to talk about the counterclaim, right? We will have to research our counterclaim a little bit too. So you could use one of the articles from the other side of the argument as one of your sources. And that information is in the SIRS video. Okay, so we're going to work on this note-taking sheet Thursday and Friday in class. It's going to be due Monday. Monday, then next week, we're going to start working on our public service announcement. We're going to be using information that we gather from our research. We're going to be using your thoughts from your web in order to make a public service announcement, raising awareness on the issue you've chosen. Good luck.